Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejan Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are at the University of Texas in Austin. As one of my personal Austin top 10 favorites, the University of Austin, located in Central Austin, is a great place to visit and hang out. There's a lot to do, a lot to see. Of course, there's an awesome UT Tower that lights up when they win, which hasn't been too often lately. I like the fountain area, and one of my favorite little museums is the Harry Ransom Center, where they keep a lot of documents and papers and all these awesome collections that they have on the top floors, and they rotate them. One thing that's always on display though is one of the copies of the Gutenberg Bible. There were only about a couple of them in existence now, and UT has one. You can see the type of Gothic print that they have, and I have no idea how to read it. It's pretty awesome. They also have the first photograph. If you look at it closely, you can sort of see this is what it looks like. It's just some guy's backyard. The rest of the museum has changing exhibits on a lot of different things. Like I said, they have a lot of papers, a lot of photographs, and there's my queen showing her true colors because she deserves them. There's a lot to see at the Ransom Center. Every time they change, I like going to see what new artifacts they have. This time they had a lot of Gorkas stuff to look at. We also have one of Frida's artworks, which is one of my favorites, with the cat in the back. It's definitely a place to go and stop. Next up on the UT campus is the Blanton Museum, which is one of my favorite museums in Texas. It's got a lot of modern art, a lot of cool abstract stuff going on, but it still has some of your classics that if you're more into that, some of the European masters and all that kind of stuff. But it mainly focuses on their modern art collection. Although I love this room, it's one of my favorite rooms in all of Texas. It's just a circular room with art and the old Greek copies, and this building with cool tiles. There's also the haunted Littlefield house that you can check out, where you hear ghosts, and the turtle pond. Please don't release your turtles there, they already have enough. You can walk around the campus and get a good look at some of the Austin statues, such as Barbara Jordan and Martin Luther King. There's also the Long Institute of Latin American Studies, which has a replica Olmec head, and lots of shelves on Latin American history. I like checking out the children's book section, which is pretty cool. Plus cool architecture. I'm not sure what style it is. I want to say brutalism. Then we have the Briscoe Center for American History, which is another place that holds documents, except instead of concentrating on everything, this one mainly concentrates on history, and they had a Japan thing where you could make your own origami crane, but I completely sucked at it, so I did a fox instead. Yay, success! The Alumni Center is where the UT faithful hang out before the games. As you can see, there's lots of statues. There's the Longhorn and the Mustang, which were important to Texas. And I think this is the cannon that they shoot every single time they score. And then the defunct Texas Memorial Museum. It is closed now, but it used to be one of my favorite museums to just go and hang out and look at some fossils. I like this square architecture. There's a Quetzalcoatlus, which was the largest flying animal in the world, found near the mountains of El Paso, Texas. Plus a lot of cool fossils that you can look at. And the Onion Creek Mosasaur, found here in Austin. Look at that thing, could chomp you down in one bite. I wish it was still open. And one of the newest museums on campus is the Stark Center for Physical Culture and Sports. It's a museum dedicated to mostly bodybuilding and being physical and exercise. It's got some great art, some great exhibits. I myself like going and just checking out things. They've got a great reading room and some weights which weigh a lot. Then they have the UT Athletics Hall of Fame, which I got into somehow. I'm not sure I was supposed to be in there, but I was. And I did my thing. Walked around, looked at some trophies. UT has its own fair share of winning, so that was kind of cool. Maybe you're more of the artsy type. If you are, you can go see some public art at UT. This is one of my favorites. You can just pick up a brochure and follow along and see some of the art that has beautified the UT campus. So go and check it out. UT is also the home of the LBJ Library. It's a presidential library which has a robot LBJ, which is the creepiest thing ever. But more documents are held here. Seems like every museum here in Austin has documents. There's a replica of the Oval Office, except they don't let you walk around and sit. Presidential limo is always fun to look at though. And the world's biggest Longhorn at the Co-op. Make sure to go check it out. Anyways, that's the University of Texas. Definitely a top 10 place to go visit if you're ever in Austin. Make sure to check it out. Thanks for watching.